Let's get this grand final underway. ATK and Nouns, and it all starts here on Inferno. Home territory for the Nouns. They love this map, but let's see if ATK can do a little bit of home breaking, shall we say, and take away that advantage.
They've done it once already this week. There's no saying why they couldn't do it again. Now he's going to blitz in towards B, though. Missed him, the only man standing here. He's already picked up one. They know where he is, but he's got a second as well from U-Box. Carson charging in, going to try and clear multiple angles at once. I don't know how he's not killing. Missed him with the barrel stuff there, but he finally gets him done. The rotations are here. Missed him's bought enough time. The bomb is yet to go down, and the cavalry is here for ATK. One left standing is Cynic, and he will fall surely. In the meantime, spam down by the goalies. He's gone.
Cynic gone. That's a very swift pistol round coming through for ATK, not wasting any time. 40 seconds in sum total. And now, that's going to be a comfortable one. There we go. All right, ATK, one way to start out here. Reminder, they are a map down, so there's not a lot of margin for error. You'd love to take your opponent's map pick right off the rip to make this a lot easier, but it's going to be a challenge here, Bugs. I mean, starting with the pistol round is a good way to do it. This round, minimal investment coming through from Nouns. What can they do? The single Tech 9.
And rougher. Down goes the Tech 9. Down goes B-Wolves on the Glock. This should be a clean round for ATK here. Shouldn't be too much fuss about it at all. MP9s to farm up some money. Nice little shot there. Switcher jumping out of the window. Uncharacteristic exit from the apartments, but he got this job done. Flawless round for ATK. But this is where they'll actually get tested a little bit. It's a bonus round for ATK. The only problem being they only have 2 rifles. Now the MP9, very good close range. It's very good up close and personal. Inferno's a great map for the SMGs for the shotguns. But are they going to be able to stand up to a full AK round? What do Nouns have up their sleeve to take this one away from ATK? Their utility is very sparse. And that means they basically have one shot to make an execute work. Almost wished for Nouns.
Soften up Cynic. A little bit of space going to be taken here towards bracket 60. Looking for a fight, looking for contact. Hey, that swing in. Bowden.
To take this one away from ATK, their utility is very sparse. And that means they basically have one shot to make an execute work. Almost wished for Nouns.
Soften up Cynic. A little bit of space going to be taken here towards bracket 60. Looking for a fight, looking for contact. Hey, that swing in. Bowden lives. Oh, he gets away? That's almost ridiculous. 60's quite low as well. So that works out nicely for the Bowden Master. Even with the SMG, 60 is going to be just a little bit of paper to punch through at this point in time. So they'll leave him towards Arch. They're going to come in towards the site. This read is good for ATK. Although not so effective, but does Nouns realize yet that everybody's here? We've seen some utility come through, but they don't seem to have the tip-off. And Fady's going to strike first, so the pit has now made its presence felt. Nouns taking a beat. Do they bail out, or do they just stick around here, Boggs?
They have no utils, so they almost have to commit to this at this point. They're going to run into a meat grinder. 60 does manage one despite his low HP. Finally takes out Bowden Master. But still, the double up on site, MOTM and Swish are going to be hard to get through. Fady still in mini pit as well. There's really no entry point for Nouns. Even if they went back to B, they still have to deal with Mistum. So it's pretty much pick your poison. Which way do you want to die? And they will elect to go towards A. Carson gets caught by Fady and Mini, and he'll also finish off 60. So there we go. A nice third round on the board for ATK. Very easy, very clean. The lack of utility being a problem for Nouns. They threw it all at one little execute, and they just couldn't get anything done with it. Look at that smoke wall. 3 smokes down on lane, and they get nothing done with it. And that's a problem for Nouns. You have to make your hit count if you have that little utility. You have to make it work. They just don't. It comes to nothing in the end. And they're back on pistols. This is reminding me similar to what happened in their previous meeting just, what was it, 3 days ago now? 2 days ago? On Inferno, where ATK were able to take that map. The T side for Nouns looked very roughshod. And that's a chunky boy nade. George down to 2 HP. B-Will's 83 because he had armor. Don't think the pistols are going to have too much of a bite.
Single smoke and a flash to try and get a bomb plant out of this. They somehow managed to sneak that through. That's a miracle. They're already looking like they've got enough holes in them. You could pass a boat through it. Here comes the play through. They'll test Swisher. Not exactly the player I'd fancy a duel with at this particular moment in time. And as he gets a Molotov down, that'll give him some cover to play from. There's a flashbang for him to peek. There is. They duck it. Now the setup can come in from ATK. Molly will slow them down further. Not floating a third player over at all. ATK are content to sit in their default, and there is the potential that now that this utility's whittled off, you just get the overwhelm play. But if George swings solo without his teammates with him and delivers the bomb, that could be a bit of a problem. Another smoke goes up. They're denied further. 25 seconds. At some point, they're just going to have to hit and die. They're just going to have to try and make this happen, and we're nearing that point. 20 seconds. They're going to risk this smoke. They don't really have much to go through. The flash is ineffective, and Swisher is able to mop this up. Bomb's now down on the dirt. The rotations can come in, but I doubt they'll even be needed. Missed him in Swisher. It's a really easy cleanup here, and that last kill will go their way. 4K for Swisher. That's always nice, but most importantly, everybody lives for ATK.
That's really good for the economy of the CT side. They had 4 surviving the bonus round. I think they had a flawless anti-eco, so things are looking good for ATK in the early going. Their money's starting to be very, very strong. 60 gets the op on T-side. Inferno, always a question mark as to how well that's going to be used. The FAMASs, or FAMI, from the first buy round of ATK, from round number 2, are still in the hands of Fady and Mystem. There have been 3 deaths combined for ATK. Over the first 4 rounds.
It is always great when you don't get shot back. And I mean, this is similar to what we saw yesterday as well. They start off so hot. Swisher in particular was in fine form. That if this is just going to be the case, I mean, we talk about consistency and all of that, but this is an ATK in a form that we really haven't seen from them in, oh, I don't know, a year? Half a year? It's been a minute since we've seen this ATK.
Yeah, in fact, it might even be better than that. If they can keep this up. I mean, taking down MIBR the way they did, and if they can continue that kind of form against Nouns, I think ATK might be hitting a breakthrough. I'm hoping that they would be hitting a breakthrough, because this is a team that's been together for a long time. It's a team with a lot of skill. It's a team that I feel has been underperforming as of late, and I think they do as well. And I want to see this team succeed. There's a lot of good people on this team. There's a lot of people who've been around, paid their dues in a sense. Be really good to see them hit a new level of form. Of course, going to Europe is always a good way to get an instant level up. It's like training in the Dragon Ball Gravity Chamber. And Nouns, they did get a level up themselves, but I have a lot of questions still about their Inferno T-sets.
25 seconds in this round. There's no utility. Nouns are going to have to go and drive towards the site. There's 3 players here in defensive A. This is a catastrophe waiting to happen. There cannot be any errors. They need to get all these kills. Need to get them quick. They've done it. Okay, bomb planted. 6 seconds to spare. Somehow this comes into a 2v2. ATK just had to stall them out, but they lacked the nades to do so, and the guns couldn't stay alive. They found their trades. They found the necessary ones to at least make this a viable retake, but Nouns have a prime opportunity here, and 60's AWP is going to try and go forth and find the first pick. Matiem coming up short. Missed him, wrapping from Moto. Here's push coming to shove. The pit player's cleaned out. Now it's major pressure on his 60. He doesn't know which way to turn. He's getting pinched. He's going to find one, but the trade is instant, and that's going to defuse on. Great response from ATK. Excellent team play coming through from Mystem and MOTM, and they are going to be able to convert. At least Nouns get the bomb plant, though. They'll be able to buy up in the next.
Doesn't really matter the 4 casualties for ATK, though, because of how long they've been able to survive, how much money they've been able to build up through the first couple of rounds. They get the op for Bowden. It's a free donation as well. They don't have to spend the $47.50 on the big green gun. They have a full rifle buy, no op for Nouns. Now, they do have a lot of utility this time. We'll see if they blow it all early, though. It's the big problem for Nouns. It's not the first time we've seen them try to hit a site with about 20 seconds to go and no utility. It's the second opportunity they've had. And that's a problem. You need utility to be able to hit a site. You can't just go in, especially on Inferno, dry. It's not like you could just flash away into overpass and get a couple of picks. Bowden will get the op shot onto Carson up through Halls. MOTM had the nade kill onto B-Wills earlier on. And now they're starting down 2 players. Yes, they've got a little bit of exchange damage dealt onto the B players, but they're down 2 players. It's going to be tough. Even if Mistim's able to get 1 more, Flash does nothing. 60 takes him out. Maybe, just maybe, Nouns can get another bomb plant down if they can hurry and get things before the rotations are done.
It's looking like that bomb plant is going to come. Not in a post plant. Look, they don't have any utility. They got a single smoke remaining, but it's not impossible. Molotov's a little late. You've got Swisher waiting out a smoke at the bottom of Banana, but that's going to be the approach soon. They'll actually preemptively smoke off the top Banana position, which is interesting. Nobody's holding it from the T side, but that might be to distract Swisher coming in late to obscure that effect. And now, well, an early pick means that 60 and Cynic are going to be feeling the pressure. A boost up. That's not effective, but it does confirm positioning. Op shot to leave that threat, but it's the gun coming through, and that's the point on Swisher. Time was short. Time is rough. Cynic in the pool, though. He's brought it down to the clutch, and he had no idea. Is there time? I think just enough. It's down to the wire, but MOTM, not a second to spare, once again pulls it through at the end point.
Big clutch up for ATK. Things got a little messy as the bomb goes down, but the retake does find the success in the end. Cynic almost held things down from Pit or Pool, but he was just 1 man versus 2. Timeout call. This has to be announced timeout. There needs to be some serious fixing going on very early. They have failed to put a round on the board. The last couple of rounds they have gotten the bomb down. Yes.
But anyways, back to your point.
That is true. They've got the bomb down, but are they rounds they should necessarily be winning in the end? A lot of casualties on those takes. Even the last round was a retake play from ATK. They already had 2 opening kills before any pressure was made towards either side. Nouns need to find a way to be able to win rounds successfully. Neither of the previous 2 rounds is necessarily a barometer for success.
No, because they lost them.
But even then, those aren't rounds you should be winning in the first place. Especially that A play.
I mean, if you can get into a situation to post play, that's not a bad effort. Having a little bit of utility afterwards would be nice. But let's see. George gets an entry. That cracks the goose egg for him. Let's see, though. They brought the last 2 down to the 1v1. Ooh, Bowden looks at the very least. A swing back in, and this is going back and forth more than a teeter-totter. Up and down for either side, and, well, Nouns can group. They've still got smokes to go for an execute, but they're down in the numbers, and for a moment, they're going to put a little bit of time into this one, see if ATK wants to give them another fight. It's one thing you could say about this T side so far, or really from both sides, this half so far, is they're not wasting any time getting into those initial engagements.
I think that's something to be expected, though, from these 2 teams. Both teams like the aggression on both sides of the map. Although Nouns have been playing very passive overall on their T side. It's been a bit interesting. Maybe a little too passive, Mike. I feel like a fast play might be something up the Nouns sleeve that could work out well. And it almost reminds me of something I saw during the Road to Rio for them too, where they played a little too slow in certain rounds, and it cost them. They were able to find success by trying to brute force punch their way through a defense, but when they slowed it down, they got punished. They didn't really play it successfully. George, he finds something. I think he's a shadow or some bit poke through the smoke. There's a rotation here, but this is around that ATK, or rather Nouns need to win, but ATK still have a chance because Bowden's around the smoke. The smokes are going to fade here pretty quickly. Oh, that is bold, but it might pay off.
Where's the money at for ATK? They've got a little bit of cash built up, but yeah, at this point in a 1v3 fade, he may be considering the back away. Doesn't have the op to say, but a resmoke in, that makes the decision for him. He's just got to back off. This is going to be the round crack through, and it's no mistake. It's no coincidence that it happens when George starts to get activated on the entries. This dude was a monster in the Road to Rio run. He played the best Counter-Strike I've ever seen from him, and he's such a young player. 19, still just developing. That was his 2nd LAN of any variety ever. So a ton of room to continue to grow into it. But when he's on point, when he's finding entries, when he's finding damage here on Banana, this Nouns squad is a force to be reckoned with.
Yeah, George is a really key player for this squad. He was a monster indeed at the Road to Rio. And if he can continue that kind of form through here, maybe it can be a boost to get the rest of his team going. Because Nouns aren't normally a one-note team either. They have a lot of firepower, especially with the addition of Carson coming through as well. I mean, 6C should be popping off. He does lead the scoreboard now. But you want to see a little bit more from the supporting cast on Nouns. Even Cynic with a rifle. He can be a very good player. In fact, he's up there as one of their highest rated players. He's second highest tied with B-Wheels. So you expect a lot from the individuals. Ooh, George just gets sent down to the nether realm. All 3 nades landing right on his feet at Mail. That's unfortunate for him. Bowden now maybe an optimal against 6E, and he wins that one. 6E can't do that, Denny. Bowden will take you down every day of the week.
Slow peek, right eye versus left eye, and all those fun things for online play.
Yep.
Gonna make a world of difference. Smoke gonna go in. Carson's found some space. Trying to make some room up short, but he needs to take out the pit player, and he knows it. A preemptive smoke from Fady. There's still a molly held in reserve here for Carson. So they group en masse. At the timing that molly comes in, could actually be tough. Fady recognizing it is going to get the heck out of the pit. Once the smoke's gone, you can't stay there. It's just too potentially deadly a position. 50 seconds, though. Are they going to flash through this smoke? Swisher's holding it. The utility's just about gone. At least here on the A side. It's all remaining on B. But here's going to come to hit this graveyard position. They're trying to clear pit. They don't realize Fady's repositioned. His movement's so good. And at this point, it's all going to fall away. Swisher finds the flank, and it's over. A commanding round here for ATK to immediately answer back the 1-round win of Nouns.
And if you are on the CT side, one of the best recipes for success is not letting the T side string rounds together. ATK isolate the Nouns round. They put it on an island. That's a phenomenal way to keep your strong side going, to keep your strong half moving forward. Their money's going to build up a little bit more after that. After they did have a few rounds where they did survive with 1 or none. So it's going to be good to build up some money now for ATK. It's a half buy in from Nouns, a hero rifle for Cynic. Him and George do like to pick up those rifles in situations like this, but it has to find a mark. It has to find success. At the very least, it has to find damage, and Nouns need a bomb plant. But pretty soon here, it's not going to be, oh, they can get by with a bomb plant. They're going to need to get some rounds aboard very, very quickly. Carson's Deagle might be something to try and change that.
He's postured for a little bit of a fight in the balk. Getting interesting. He catches a Hall's pop here. That's an easy position to get overwhelmed in, so the smoke's going to come out early. Minute 15. We've gotten into these situations in a lot of rounds where there's just no util left by the time the take's actually coming through. Part of that's just the pace of play. ATK know Nouns are going to want to go around any corner, so they're dumping their nades when they get contact. And, well, Nouns are quick to throw just about everything out the window sometimes. They're going to readjust. It seems like this is going to be the B test. B has not exactly been an appetizing prospect here. With Mistim and MOTM on site, on scene, it'll be the same. It's a flower pots boost. It's a bit of a different look here. The smoke's going to come out. Mistim will drop that. And go for a reposition off the back of it. 1 more molly. 2 smokes. A cross smoke can be thrown. A coffin smoke can be thrown. Mistim is past that. Molly's for new box. Does MOTM catch anything? He hasn't been checked on the flower pots. Someone has to look at this. They haven't. Oh, no. Only 1 kill there. That could have been way worse. That could have been way worse. Yeah. And now the bomb can potentially be planted. Smoke is fading. Pop already on scene. Fady and Swisher getting into position as well. And the nade on Swisher could be absolutely devastating. Where is 60 playing? Sorry, it's Cynic, rather, who's low. Back of sight, but he's just got a Glock. Not really sure he's going to make a difference either way. This is huge. B-Wills, that's a massive kill to find. The nade will chase, most likely in towards Coffins, though. Nope, the gun will just do it. Why not? One found the trade from New Box, knows where they are. Swisher spots the player, but Carson is able to dodge out the aim. A 2nd round on the board for the Nouns.
Big clutch up from Carson. I can't believe how much it was to get more than 1 kill out of that. So much damage when it comes to nothing at the end. Bowden also getting the leg shot out of B-Wills despite the pre-fire because of the shadow. Jeez. Fine margins for ATK, keeping them away from success. Nouns definitely escape with the win there. But they are able to get guns up again. The M4 will be tossed over to George. Meanwhile, ATK down to the bottom of their money. Swing round here. A very big economic swing round towards the midway portion of the half. No op for Bowden, minimal utility, no kits either for the ATK side. They're going to trust that they can win it by elimination or make the retake happen fast enough. Nouns actually might have a little bit of an advantage when it comes to this round for the first time in this map itself.
Cynic out the boiler. This could be first point of contact. For now, Nouns are just kind of chilling with this app control. Not getting overzealous. It's the 4-man stack towards A. Nestum's got a molly and a smoke to try and slow things down if he starts to feel B presence. Which seems like he might. No commitment either way just yet for Nouns.
I like the slower pace here. I like just sweating it out, trying to burn through the CT utility, trying to make sure that there's no counter nades left for ATK when they eventually go for a hit. So the Nouns utility is going to be a lot more impactful. They've used a lot, though, and they really haven't gained much ground. They have brackets, sure. They haven't really made their way to a site either direction. Also, not sure that Smoke and Big Pit was supposed to go there from Nouns, but they've decided on a B split.
It almost looked like they preemptively smoked 480, which is very polite of them. Very kind to do. Out of bullets there for Bode. Not able to hold on with the A1S, and now they need to rotate because their B player's super isolated. Missed him. Has to come up huge for the team. He's overwhelmed after just one, and at this point, this is a very tough retake. They've not got any util for it. It's just going to have to be the guns, and they're all rotating in the same direction. No banana flank from Swisher this time. Groups up with his team. So moving on mass, there is a nade. But that better be pixel perfect if it's going to take down B-Wills or Carson.
Flash can be good, too.
And indeed, HE not going to find anyone. Goes in towards clearing church. Heavy presence by the coffins. Time getting low. No kits. It's going to be bad. Fady finds the first, though. Carson completely overlooked. But he's alone now. He needs to find two. He's trying to play the patient game, waiting for them to tap the bomb, knowing that he has a slot to play with. There it's going to be. That should be the round. That'll win it for him. MUTM knows he doesn't have time. He's backing away.
Big clutch again from Carson. This time he doesn't get all the kills, but he just big brains ATK, sitting in sandbags. They don't clear it. In that situation, I don't think ATK really have the time or presence of mind to clear it.
Remember, the line between baiting and a brilliant play is sometimes razor thin. That was a bit of both.
I think the line is whether or not you win the round.
Yeah, well, sometimes. Sometimes you can win the round, but also get all of your teammates killed when you could have just held an angle.
That is true.
Little column A, little column B. Didn't George have a 4K? Did he get a TK in somewhere? When did that happen?
He died to the bomb that he planted, I think, and that's what his kill went away.
Does that count as it?
It shouldn't, but I think the HUD might be bugged, honestly.
Huh.
Because I also feel like he's gotten another kill since the 4K.
Never thought about that. But yeah, I mean, the entries, he's been sacrificing himself quite a bit. Fady. Overlooked. There we go. There's a kill as a result of it. That's a gun. Uh-oh. He's the only survivor, though. This round is never in doubt. Question just becomes, can Fady hide a Galil? This is his treat. But Nouns right now, they're trying to play a bit of a trick. I don't know if Fady brought his costume this year. Goodbye. There's the trick. The trick is a bullet. It's a little dark.
Was he the number one with a bullet, though?
Is it the what?
Was he the number one with a bullet?
I don't think I understand this reference.
Little Fallout Boy for you, Mike? Come on.
You know, I did not live in the country when they were really huge, so I've heard some of it, but it's not resonant with me. I sort of missed the whole emo phase.
Honestly, so did I.
When that was big, I lived in Vietnam, which admittedly we did get it, but I just didn't quite seize on it in the same way a lot of people my age did.
So you weren't there with the all black clothes and...
No. I mean, I did wear a lot of, like...
eyes.
I'm trying to think what we wore. I wore, like, a lot of skate shoes, despite the fact that I did not skate. Oversized baggy t-shirts and cargo pants. Yeah, I guess it was more like, thinking about it, that kind of era is more like skatey fashion. Even though, again, never skateboarded. Not a coordinated human being. It would not go well. Missed him. Gonna show us some coordination here, but he's fumbling with the flashes. Good trade from MOTM. He gets a second as well. A third! MOTM! No world should he have been allowed more than the two. What a play here. Just gonna hang on to the positioning at that. Might want to get out of here. His dodging util. He's sending nades back the other way. He has completely denied all of this ground on for Nouns. That's an incredible play from the man of the match.
He's really good with the A1S. I've seen him come up with incredible plays with that gun many times before. He's done one here, and he might have a bit more work to do before the round is done. Nouns have really split up, though, in this round. They're leaving the bomb to lurk towards top of B. Carson's going over towards the A side. It's going to be a two-man hold for ATK on either side. They're playing the numbers game. They're playing the odds. They're saying at least even numbers for each side take. Nouns off the back of the ATK timeout. Just get demolished by one lone player over on top car. Fady comes down to the timing, whether or not he catches him sooner rather than later. He will catch them off. Gets spotted, drops the smoke, and Bowden's been demolished by Carson. Maybe he's coming alive too. What a time that would be for the Nouns squad. Carson goes up and over the smoke. No trade from Cynic. He's still clearing other angles. He walks in front of the door, in front of the hole, and Swisher comes right from behind and takes him down. ATK get the half victory, but it's MOTM with this play from Sandbags, just demolishing the round for Nouns. That's a painful one for Nouns to lose.
Most decidedly. Most decidedly an ouchie. A big ouchie. They get the off out again, though. 60 wants to go hunting with it. T-side hopping on Inferno. Often a challenge. But he's looking to create here and currently paces the board for the team. Could really use some more entries from George. It's not been consistent, to say the least. And, I mean, as we talked about earlier, he was such a key piece of their RMR form. They need more of that George action. They need more of that firepower. He could be a huge piece for them. But completely unwarmed up coming into this one, it seems. We'll see if the gears get turning. For Nouns, I mean, this would be a massive map to give up. This is the most comfortable map in their pool. This is what they consider their home territory. And now, down a player, missed him, eliminated. The B site is ripe for the taking. If they just go for it, they're going to find no one home. But they won't. They'll withdraw. Having dragged MOTM over, they're going to redouble their efforts towards A, and that's a little bit of a misread here. Nouns don't appear to have seized onto the fact that ATK like to play the 1-4. So let's go the 3 instead. But, okay. 1-for-1 trade with player Cubby. Still an advantage on here. Bowden, though, playing from Hay. He could upset this apple cart. He's found one. Tucks into the mini pit. And there's a gap in this smoke. There's a big old gap. Bowden Master won't even need the help. He's doing all the work himself. It's down to 60. 1v2, 25 seconds. A bomb still to plant. A desperation coming through. A hint of an ankle spotted, but 60, he can't chase up this kill. He gets the first. 15 seconds. Knows he's dancing with a player on site. And this tango can only have one man standing at the tail end. It's a game of hide and seek. 60 going to the rifle, but Fady outmaneuvers, and that'll be another round clutched out for ATK.
A timeout called by ATK, as a matter of fact. They've used two timeouts already. I thought that first timeout was ATK's for a second there. No, Nouns used one very early on. They got a couple rounds afterwards, but ATK calling their second in as many rounds. A very interesting decision to call this timeout here. I think it's more 6C being incredible that got Nouns even an opportunity than anything else in that round. That is one thing. He's been on fire for this T side. I think George will heat up closer to the CT side. He struggled on the T side of Inferno the last time these two teams met as well. So I think we'll get a much better George when it comes to the defense. But Nouns definitely do need George on the offense here. They need George to show up more impactfully here when we come to the offense. And ATK, Bowden with a huge play from Haycart and Mini Pit. That's incredible from him. Fady on site probably would have helped out quite a bit. But Bowden decides to do all himself. Nouns, the best they can realistically achieve now is a 10-5 half. Because they're on Glocks and pistols.
Never doubt the Deegs, never doubt the George. When he's unleashed, he gets himself one. There's still a possibility here. Never say never, young Boggs. Remember, only Sith steal in absolutes.
That is true. But that in itself is an absolute.
Is it?
Yes.
Well, there you go. Interesting conundrum. No one ever said George Lucas was logically consistent.
Or
But what
that
they
he
do
had the
say
best
is that
dialogue
Carson is
writing.
dead in this round, because he is. Still, seems like they're going to redouble their efforts towards A. It's a 2-2 towards either side, so pick your poison kind of situation. It appears their poison is Fady, who's been phenomenal in defense to the pit. He has been lights out. And this time he's got Swisher to support as well. Fady running out of bullets will leave a player alive, and that's a huge missed opportunity for 6C. Could have put him away. Swisher limp spy on 1 HP with a nice 4K to boot.
Swisher's dying in on the eco frags here, Mike. He had a round earlier on where he just went to the buffet. He has another couple of helpings here. And I think it definitely has been a Swisher farm in a lot of scenarios. And he's been rotating around different sides of the map, too. So it's not like ATK has just kept him stationary one way or the other. He's been in flux. AK's up for Nouns, though, in the last round of the half. One that they kind of need to win here if they want to have a chance at all on their CT side. 10-5 still ain't great. Nowadays, 6 rounds almost expected on T-side Inferno. Nouns far away from that. Bowden could get caught out.
Bowden. He doesn't realize the timing. Cynic just pushes that. Bowden completely caught off tempo and exposed. That's going to track a second player over on the A side defense, but that's a huge find early for Cynic, as Nouns try and give themselves just enough of a base to actually play from here. Oh, a knockdown from Fady. Avoids the haircut, but he is unsurprisingly playing from the pit. Don't have any HEs, not on the T side. So Bowden, or Fady rather, going to be pretty comfortable there, and he'll already get in position. Swisher getting up top, getting some altitude, but Carson's watching for it. We're hitting a minute on the clock, and they've got to hold the divider. They've got some space towards Banana.
They have no
when they
util.
spot MOTM library, does Nouns read this? They're headed in towards B. They haven't seen MOTM. They don't really know that this site's softer.
They have no util, though. They have 3 smokes. That's not enough to hit a site. They have no flash. They have no Molotovs to clear anything. Nouns have been very poor at managing their utility throughout the course of this game. That's a big issue. Their executes have fallen flat because they have no flashes. Sometimes they've had no utility at all. They have to dry take a site. It's just not been good for utility management.
They're going to do it again. They're going to dry come in here. Is there a flashbang? Not left. It's all going to be about the gunfights, but MOTM gets one, and he's able to get away scot-free, so that's massive. Now Mistim can strike. One taken, looking for more. Ooh. Huge damage coming through from Mistim. The bomb's going to be planted, but ATK don't care about the bomb plant. It's the final round of the half. It's all about the round win. And at this point, pressure in the back of sight. MOTM will just go for the 2-man spray down and finish this off clean. Defuse going to be on. It'll be 11 rounds for ATK as we head into the half. We're back in the action here on Inferno. 11-4 is the halftime score. ATK not needing much to put this one away. But let's see if Nouns have a little bit of fight in them on Inferno. 4 rounds does at least give them a chance to fight. If not, much. Cynic pushed off. No, back away early. They're going to have to drag B-Wills over to try and help this defense out. It's not looking good. Overwhelmed. The players are right up the arch side. This bomb's going down. Not a whole lot that can be done about that. I'd love to kill the pit player, but, well, I'd also love to just take everybody out of play.
Why focus on one angle when you can just focus on everything at the same time and get kills? Might as well go for all of them at once. Pick the all of the above option. Just win in a dominating fashion. That's a crisp shot from Fade. He does more damage to the 6. He dinks him through the corner. And finishes him up nicely. 1 left to Cynic. And Fady with 3. 4 on the round. Fady's having a really good game, too. That's a really good sign for ATK. Because when Fady's on form, ATK seem to be at their best.
I think Fady just gets a buff for being in the pit. It's like
I think
like
so.
An arena defense bonus or something. Because on that T side, as soon as he gets in the pit, the shots are just clean, crispy. Perfection.
Oh, yeah. Like some perfect fried chicken. Mm. Can you tell I'm hungry?
Apparently.
That's a little rum boost for George.
Apparently.
I'm always hungry, Mike. Nouns with the pistols. Can't really expect too much. Missed him with the MP5, though. Could definitely expect a lot out of him with this gun. He really likes that MP5.
He does. I think a lot of it has to do with the spam. I mean, I get it on Inferno in particular, where there's just a ton of smokes up if you want to spam the angles, but it seems to just be a missed him thing. And you know what? It's working for him, so I'm not going to question it too much. At least it's not an
Yeah, no kidding.
A crusade against the UMP.
I remember when it used to be the best gun in the game, practically.
Mm-hmm. And so do a lot of players. But they keep buying it. Little spam through from Cynic, but it is 2 players very isolated up on the site. Swisher clearing. Ooh, nearly gets the spell wrong. But it's going to be A-okay. One way or another, they were taking this through. The bomb now down. These 3 players might as well just save. You got armor. You got pistols. It's certainly worth holding on to the next. And as ATK climbed to 13, you're just not going to get too many more rounds to actually be competitive. By the time a gun run comes out, they have to save in the next. Going to be 14 on the board almost certainly for ATK.
Yeah, Inferno is looking like a circle of Dante's Inferno for Nouns right now. It is not even purgatory at this point. It is straight the. There is no real life that we've seen from Nouns with this map. Okay, George gets a parting gift. Cool. Deagle headshot. Looks nice.
And he gets
Does it really matter in the end?
He's like, a gun. Oh.
It's an
MP5. Thanks.
Ooh.
Oh, there's a rifle. Cynic can't get his hands on it. Not enough time. Disappointment for Cynic. But some serious economic damage done early on. And that is at least something for Nouns. If they want to run this back, if they want to give themselves a chance in this game, cracking that T-side eco will be a big part of it.
It's also a big risk. And they don't want to take the risk. They're going to go for the Deagle, the armor. Unarmored Deagle on 60. The MP5 for George. P250 for B-Wills. Bit of nades. Few HEs. Tossed down banana, but he does nothing at all. The secondary nade. Nothing. Wide left to the mark. Just not enough. That nade should do some damage into Carson, though. Significant amount of damage into Carson. 33 HP left on the unarmored player with the USP. At least it's the USP guy and not anybody with anything significant, even the P250. But for Nouns, this isn't a gun round they can really expect to win. They have no guns. Unless you want to count the MP5. And the situation.
Might as well be an op, you know?
Yeah.
MP5 god. Swisher's going to take the time to kill a chicken. It's an interesting choice.
Confidence.
Really didn't like that chicken. Here comes the play around. Again, 2 players with a 3 stack over on B. This time, though, 60 connects early. And working out. He's down for the count. Fast play from Swisher. They haven't found Carson in the mini pit. There's the cleanup. Okay. That was the last potential threat into this round. Honestly, for Cynic and George, saving their armor is probably still worth it. Cynic's going to give this a look, see if anyone will give him a Deagle headshot, but Having found nothing. Oh, George's armor's gone. Chances were already minimal. Now they're gone. Cynic's going to try and isolate this fight, but this kill, I mean, it's empty calories. It doesn't really matter. That one makes things more interesting. Okay, all right. Cynic has done some damage. They're going to be able to buy into this next one. But here's the thing, right? Any of the economic damage that Cynic's done only matters if they can convert. This is the round. This is the round for Nouns. Do or die. Win. Right to get on map point.
Yep. Or, yeah, basically it's win, or ATK are going to tie things up and 1-all in the series.
Yes, that is the other way to look at it. But this is also your most comfortable map. We're headed to Mirage next. It's not been great historically for Nouns. And then Vertigo is a third. I mean, there's a lot of opportunities for ATK. If they take this, we have a neutral series. We're basically starting a BO3 over again, and we take out Nouns' best map. That would be a catastrophe for Nouns here.
It would be a catastrophe. At the same time, it's the same pattern we saw in their previous meeting, where they lost Inferno and then won Mirage and Overpass. Or Overpass the Mirage, so...
Oh, there you go. There's a nice opener for Carson. That'll make this round a little bit easier. Control going to be taken over towards Arch. Ewell's going to drop a Molotov down. Timing good there. The flashbang doesn't matter. Ewell somehow finds one. He wants to bring this back. The smoke fade's going to be interesting because MOTM at the moment is chilling. Sixy gets away from that one scot-free. Sets up George to peek on in. And with 50 seconds left to go for MOTM, the name of the game is now Damage. Can he find Damage? His position was known, but it's been a while. He'll try and lose himself a bit. MOTM is 18-5 to this point. That is a pretty poor score. 18-6.
Still looks pretty good.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Still looks real good.
Not bad for sure. Only one more kill than they have lost rounds.
That's an interesting point. He's been very efficient with his work so far. And that's the thing too. Bowden has the least amount of kills, but when he's been called upon, he's been big. That 3K from Haykart comes to mind earlier on in the game.
Yeah, I don't think they're exactly missing anybody in this one.
No.
But this is where the economy's gone off the rail, and here's where we see the impact of those few kills. Cynic getting the Deagle headshots, a couple kills with the SMGs before. This is the end of the ATK eco. They can convert here, it doesn't matter. But what is Miss him doing? Full solo, just walking out, seeing if he was going to be given the ground, and not surprisingly, won't be. So they're hoping it's a full rotation. It won't. Flashbangs are good, though. Kills could be better. Carson, one and done. Pressure on a 60 now, and they can completely avoid his op. He scoped in to watch Divider, but well, it's going to be a bomb plant. It's going to be players in pit. It's going to be a retake required. There's a lot of util for now. A lot of utility to make life difficult for the T's as this retake comes through. They have to deploy it. Extra motor smoke going to go up. George is... It's not how you throw the Molotov. There we go. That's the setup. That air burst, so it doesn't clear out pit. Really unfortunate there. And a re-smoke on Demoto. He's going to have to go through it at this point. Bowden, a huge find early. The trade is there. George just gets one done. And since he's stuck here in the apartments, he can't get out. He's going to try and save this AWP to give them something to fight with in the next. This is catastrophic. ATK, find map point, and Nouns. There's no more room to back up.
So, we're playing Virtus Pro. And Fallen says, we think we are good. We win this now. 15-5.
Boggs, I think I've heard you tell this anecdote like a million times. We got to find you a second story, bro.
We need to find another 15-5 moment. Timeout called, though. Believe that is Nouns. No, it's ATK actually calling the timeout, interestingly enough. And that's something ATK do often. They do call a timeout when it is a very key round for them, even if they have the momentum. Just because they want to make sure they iron everything out and they're ready for the next round. They're ready to put this one away. Their buy is actually not going to be the best either, considering that Mistim's going to be on an MP5 again. Bowden should be on an AK minimal utility. Maybe a Galil for more of that. Yeah, he's going to go Galil. Flashes, Molotov, smoke. Nouns have the better buy. They have the op, they saved that, they have the rifles across the board. Only one kit could be a problem. But it's not a problem if they just get the kills. Which kind of is Nouns' MO anyways. And sitting all the way down the middle, this is hyper-aggressive and...
They held for it.
They're ready.
They held for it. They knew who they're playing. They got a feel for their opponent. They're very familiar with this Nouns squad. They know what's going to happen when you're pushing their back to the wall. They're going to try and strike first, and wow, my goodness. That is going to be a disappointing one. A second player goes down. 60 at least got the trade this time, but it's still going to mean that the A side is so soft, and Carson even goes aggressive in apartments. It works. But now it's a foot race to try and beat him back towards the site. He's even just dropping a smoke to try and get himself in towards the pit. Up on the bounce still. They're reading this. No. Kind of lost track of him. Kill still coming in from Mistim. Well isolated out. Carson will eventually go down. Bombs being planted. George is not close at hand. He's got to try and pull back a 1v2. George creeping up on the approach now. Bomb will now be ticking away. They'll have plenty of time to get it down in the meantime. And it seems like he wants to go around the moto smoke. There's no easy gaps. Is he going to wait this? He doesn't have the time. He doesn't have a kit. He has to go. Mistim is trained on this angle. There's no flash to put himself through. Mistim taken down. Fast play there. But he doesn't know the last position. It's MOTM in the pit. It's the man of the match, and he just needs one more kill. And he's found it. ATK snatch Nouns' map pick. Tie up the scoreline 1-1 and set themselves up here in this series, Boggs.
They set themselves up perfectly. A dominating 16-5 victory on the home map of Nouns. The fortress has been toppled once again, Mike. And ATK moving into Mirage now. Just need 2 more. And so do Nouns, but ATK have the momentum. Hot off 2 victories yesterday. Hot off this...